And hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Today, I have with me a very special co-host.
Hi,
Please,
it's
please
it's me.
introduce yourself.
I'll do it. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
My name is Jesse, aka Uber Cream, aka Cream Believer, aka Comedy Goldstein. I did it. Comedy Goldstein
I
did it.
never get old of comedy. I never get tired of comedy Goldstein.
Yeah.
Woo.
It never gets Oldstein. Let me tell you.
Oh, you're just too full of it, man.
That's full of shit. How dare you?
I didn't mean that.
Well, it's been said.
Oh, you twisted my words.
Too late. Well, anyway, what are we talking about today, Mister?
Well, I'm gonna introduce myself first. I'm Chongo the artist, otherwise known as Chongo, otherwise known as Chance Dean Hansen.
Chanson.
Jansen. Yes. And today we're talking about a new cartoon, uh, Harvey Beaks, and it is created by C.H. Greenblatt. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. It's
Yeah,
like
Greenblatt.
okay, good. I saw Blatt and I didn't want to say it like Blatt Blatt.
C.H. Greenblatt. Say it angry.
Yeah, so we've got him on board as the main creator. We've got directors Bill Deli, Gary Conrad, someone who's just labeled as Brian.
Just Brian.
Just Brian. It says Brian on animation.
Oh my God. Well, that's I don't know. Is there some? They said this is a director.
Oh Jesus! Sorry, it was a different line. And Michael Brian.
Oh, there you go.
I
Because
just saw it on one line and it said Brian animation.
I wonder if the Directors Guild lets you register yourself as just Brian.
I don't know, wasn't there like a whole bunch of weird directors who like only went by a first name?
I'm sure. Oh well, hey, if Madonna can go by one name,
There you
why
go.
can't Brian?
I hope so. I hope Brian just goes by one name even though he's Michael Bryan.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting a little bit off topic here. On the subject of Harvey Beak, we should probably get into what is the main focus and what is the main kind of characters of Harvey Beak.
Sure, Shasham. Well, first, can I just say that I freaking love this show.
Absolutely,
It
yeah.
is so cute and sweet and adorable and innocent, and I want to touch it. I want to kiss everyone on that show.
Aw.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to be in that world. It seems like a really good vacation spot.
Yeah, yeah, just fun forest world where nobody gets tick bites on them.
Funny enough, I've never had a tick bite.
Me neither, or a bee sting.
Oh, weird.
Yeah?
Never had a bee sting? I've had a bee sting. I remember my first bee sting very well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was in like preschool and a bee landed on my head and
Aw.
it was before I knew bees could sting you, so I tried to swat it
Oh,
and it stung my head and it stung my hand.
Jesus. It could sting you twice? I thought they die immediately.
Well, it was on the ground after it stung me on the head, and I was like, "Ah, you stupid bee!" And like I slapped it on the ground, and it stung me again.
Oh my God. You couldn't leave well enough alone.
I was a preschooler.
No excuse. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, enough about this.
Yeah.
More about Harvey Beaksman's.
Yes.
The main character is Harvey Beaks, who is a tiny little nerdy birdie with a
Mm-hmm.
big head.
Which I saw what CH in CH Greenblatt was, and the H is Harvey.
So,
Yeah.
so I wonder if Harvey was a timid indoor kid.
I'm gonna say Carl Harvey was probably a timid indoor kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And another thing about Mr. Greenblatt is that something that warms my heart is
Mm-hmm.
that he got to create two cartoon shows in his career for different networks, despite not being an animation major. He was an I believe an advertising major,
Oh wow.
and that makes me happy because it shows that there's a chance.
Yeah, especially when you got talent like this guy.
Like Mr. Seach,
Yeah,
Seach Green.
Siege Green.
Yeah. But okay, so we have little Harvey,
Yeah.
who's a bit timid and uncomfortable, and a lot of the episodes what they try to do is get him out of his comfort zone or to try something new or weird or to stop being a scared little baby
Yeah.
and to help him are his two friends Fee and Foo, who are not really of any real species. They're just kind of, undefined. They just look like little hairy wacky dudes.
I thought they were like pigs.
Nah,
They have that weird nose. That's why. They have that.
Ruger's a pig though,
Yeah.
or a boar.
Yeah, he's a boar, definitely. I love all the background characters, but before we get too ahead of
Yeah,
ourselves, we got Fee and Foo, we got little Harvey Beak over here, and they're two, or three, sorry, uh, young fellas among town. Harvey's kind of more of a middle class white boy,
yeah.
and very timid, where Fee and Foo are definitely street urchin children living in a tree, wearing rags and just having a grand old time, just
And eating
romping around,
bugs.
eating tons of bugs.
Only Foo.
I thought only Foo?
I think.
I don't know, maybe. I was pretty sure
However,
Fee ate a bug at least once.
well, Fee has a colony of bugs living in her hair though.
Absolutely, that hair is powered by like all the junk still stuck in it.
Yeah.
I know my friend Snide, God bless his heart, may rest in peace. Nah, he's still alive. He's just not here for the podcast. He
No.
wanted to be on it, but he loves Foo, or he loves Fee. Sorry.
I like Fee also. I like basically every female character in the show is adorbs.
Yeah, I mean, Fee has just the best hair I think I've seen in a while in cartoons.
Yeah, I love all the designs. I love Fee is a great design.
Yeah.
Harvey was goofy egghead.
Yeah, I
Everything they
love his
just
goofy
large.
little egg head and his like rubber band lips.
And then oh yeah, and then Fu just has a little curly thing sticking out of his head that like means nothing and is not for any purpose. Like he looks like a question mark.
Well, yeah, he's got like hair all over his body, and then that thing just like curls up at the top.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that like Fee and Foo are brother and sister, and obviously of the same species because they share a lot of the same common features, like their nose and their teeth. But I just think it's funny that Foo has hair all over his body, but Fee has that just giant mound.
Just head hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't,
it's how do you make someone look feminine in a cartoon? You just give them head hair, even if it doesn't make sense for their species.
or eyelashes,
Or eyelash. Yeah, just give them
or
eyelashes or a
titty,
bow. What?
or a titty.
Or just one titty.
You could give him two. One makes the point.
One gets the point across. Two, kind of overkill.
Yeah. Who has two? That's that's just exuberant.
Yeah, that's like that's this is why every other country hates us. It's because we are that decadent that we
Yeah,
have to have two titty. Come on.
yeah. It's crazy going to the doctor getting that second titty. But anyways, we should get on to maybe what is the first episode. Pachoo!
Achoo!
That kind of sound effect you make when you want to talk about going fast. Pachoo! Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
Doppler effect.
The top. That's what the episode's about. The Doppler effect.
Yeah. So this is the one where they want to get into they want Harvey kicked out of the lake, right?
Yeah, because when they get in the lake, Fee and Foo specifically, the owner of the lake, this gigantic water dragon, shoots a gigantic torrent of water up at them to shoot them out of the lake, and Fee and Foo call it a pachoo, because that's what happens when you get in the water. You go pachoo. And Harvey wants really bad to do it with them because it looks like so much fun and he just wants to have fun with his friends. The only problem is you have to be banned from the lake to get the pachoo. And no one wants to ban Harvey from the lake because he's just such a stand-up guy. He's a really nice, timid kid. And the rest of the episode is him kind of failing at being a bad boy and trying to be mean to people or be annoying. I especially like the joke where Fee and Foo are trying to teach him how to be annoying, and they're like, yeah, all you have to do is just stare at someone and not stop staring. And they meet that big mushroom guy who just wants to talk to people, but no one will listen.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah. And God, I love his voice. That weird
just,
Mickey, that weird Mickey Mouse-esque voice. And Harvey's just like, I'm just gonna stare at you. Okay, I guess I'll tell you about my day. It just goes on for hours about his day, and Harvey's like trying so hard to keep staring at him and not say anything. Or no, he also tried to show him a card trick, but he keeps fumbling and failing. He's like, I guess I'll never get this. No, keep going. I'll just keep staring, and it just makes him so happy.
Oh.
And like he gets back, he's like, "Kate, I think I annoyed him," and then he goes back to Jeremy. He's like, "That was the best day of my life. Thanks, Harvey." Or like he's trying to, I forget what the other stuff was, but this show is filled with some pretty fresh antics. It's not your regular. I mean, you see it coming, but it's not like the okay, I get it, just get it over with now. It's kind of like this. Oh, I see what's happening, and I already like it. Let's see where it goes.
Or like I like the episode what was it what was it, like The Nature of Nature or something like that?
The Nature of Nature.
No, I'm saying it wrong. That's not what it is. But the point is the episode is about entropy.
Oh yeah.
So Harvey finds a little dude who has a little machine that makes like trees fall down and things just kind of fall apart and get crappier.
Yeah.
And Harvey says, "Oh, I could reverse the lens and it'll make things better."
Yeah.
So he makes, not really better, more like reversing entropy, which I guess really means organizing things. And, it's hard to explain. I mean, I would say just look up entropy. But he does something that makes stuff organized. All the trees in the forest become in rows. Things are more structurally sound, things like that. But, of course, there's supposed to be randomness and chaos in a forest, because if you knock down one tree, then the trees are in rows, and it'll knock down the next tree, and it'll be like dominoes and ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think was a really interesting way to show how Harvey was wrong.
Yeah, trying to make everything always in order.
Yeah,
Like that dumb Pearl.
like that. Oh, that. Let me tell you that.
Everybody hates Pearl.
I love Pearl.
I know, but like, you go online and it's just like fucking Pearl being a realistic character. I hate
How
her.
dare you have flaws?
Yeah.
Unlike my beauty, Rose Quartz. No, they gave her flaws recently, which makes
Can't wait until they make her Space Hitler.
Oh my god. No, I'm actually waiting for the episode where Rose Quartz is just kind of shown as being like kind of selfish and awful, like her having Steven thus undoing her own life.
Yeah,
I like the idea that was like a selfish and stupid idea.
definitely. But we're getting out of hand talking about
True,
Steven
true.
Universe on a
right.
Harvey Beak podcast. All I
Harvey
wanted to
Beaks
say
is
was that about Pearl. But yeah, The Nature of Nature I think is one of my more favorite episodes, especially because of the morality of that episode where it's like you can't control everything, and trying to will make things suck like shit.
Yep.
And especially that little rock guy.
I like the little guy who's voiced by a child.
Yeah, voiced by a child, and
He's
like doing
5,000 years old, and he's like,
doing a Brooklyn accent too.
Yeah.
Listen here, you schmutz. You trying to fix everything, but you can't do it. It's just not gonna work.
You can't do it, Rock. You can't be.
Or his that joke where it's like, it's my break, I'm gonna go on lunch. It's like, what? You can't listen, buddy. I only get a break every 5,000 years, and I ain't gonna let you ruin it for me. And like he takes out a small sandwich, takes a bite of it, and then like immediately falls asleep.
I like it. So here's two things I will say that were weird that I noticed. Well,
Yeah?
okay, well this one's not weird. Harvey is a bit of a Mary Sue at times.
Oh, definitely.
Like everybody just like cares so much about what he's doing when a person like Harvey would really be boring.
Somewhat, but I also feel like they would be that kid who also hangs out with a lot of very popular people just because he is kind of that middle ground. I
Yeah,
feel
that
like
is true.
yeah, I feel like he's realistic in some senses, but in other senses it's kind of like he's a little too perfect at times.
Hmm. Well,
I
I knew.
especially like the later episodes, the newest one especially because he does show some pretty intense character flaws, but I think the important part about this show is it's not about like that big grandiose like oh character building moment. It's
Hmm.
more about like these characters are already structured and living together and care about each other. And I think to a point they don't really care what each other do, especially because they're all friends and want to hang out the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're
Um,
young kids. They're very young kids. So it's really hard to keep a grudge and stay angry or like have these character defining moments when what are they like 10?
yeah, they're like 10. Yeah, so they're not gonna have a moment where they show some deep flaw that like ruins everybody else's view of them
Like
because they're
Harvey's alcoholism.
yeah, you're never gonna see the Harvey alcoholism episode because they're friggin' 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, the
Yeah,
extent of like the most weird things Harvey has done, like he's taken a bunch of books and like not let kids read them because he was jealous that other people were into his special thing, as it were, which is a
yeah.
very 10-year-old thing to do. I
I feel like
remember I
oh,
did
you
that.
first. You did that?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I had a friend called Jake,
Hmm.
and there were these like skateboarding toys made by Hot Wheels where like you'd put them on a charger and it would rev them up and then you let them go and they like drive off.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had one and then my mom got one for him for his birthday. And I was going to his birthday party and I was super jealous cuz I was the only kid in our class who had it. So I was like, I don't want him to have it. Then everyone's gonna want to talk to him and not talk to me cuz I'm lame.
Aw.
So like I hid the present the whole time at the party. Like I every time he picked up a new present or they tried to put him around, like I would hide my present like under a table or something and see if I could like sneak off with it by the end of the party.
Did you do it?
No, by like halfway through another kid had already gotten him one.
Oh my god.
So I was and he got him like a skate park with it. So I was like, "Oh, well he's already going to have one." Oh man.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
The Harvey thing that really like I was like I've known kids who did this. Not I was a timid little indoor kid, but I
Mm,
wasn't like this level.
right?
When he can't really have sleepovers with people because it's
Yeah.
different. He's uncomfortable with
Uh-huh.
it, and then he has to get his dad to pick him up.
I had that once.
Oh yeah.
It was at a party. We slept over and oh, I can't remember what it what the heck was it why I wanted to leave. I don't remember exactly why I wanted to leave, but yeah, definitely that moment of pick up the cell phone. Dad, I need to go home now.
Dad.
Yeah. And your dad comes in super tired, just like, well, you tried.
Yeah, I've had people picked up from my house.
Yeah.
I've never been the one to get picked up.
Only once.
Yeah.
I've never had anyone like leave before, mostly because we all lived on the same block.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of like oh, you'll see your parents like in the morning immediately.
Yeah.
And it's like
But
it's
if you're really uncomfortable,
you
you
can
could just walk.
yeah.
Like it's not like you're trapped.
We've had times where it's like we've migrated the sleepover to other people's houses where we all walk. But like we've never had like a moment where it's like someone was like I have to go like 2 blocks away now.
Mm. Oh, I've had sleepovers where people's parents were. Oh wait, so they'd say yeah he could sleep over, and they'd talk to my parents, and they'd say, but my son is punished, so make sure they don't stay up past 10. And it's like, why are you letting him sleep over then? It
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. What's the point?
oh man. I don't know. Parents have dumb punishment for their kids because they don't understand what it's like being a kid and they don't understand what a punishment is.
But you know who does understand what it's like being a kid?
Harvey Beak?
The writers of Harvey Beaks.
Absolutely. Like those kids are super realistic and like Some of them are like one of my biggest pet peeves in children's television is when they represent children as like these flawless creatures of like pure angelic purity who can never do any wrong, and it's like the outside world beating down on them that makes wrong things happen.
Yeah,
It's like some kids are just shitbags.
that or they're just like radical quoting meme machines. Like they're
Yeah,
always like crack-a-lackin' and shit. And it's like there's some kid at home. They expect that there's some kid at home watching who's like, "Oh wow, that kid's cool. I like that kid." But with
I'm
like,
gonna say crack a lack now.
I'm gonna say crack-a-lack, and I'm gonna go to the, I'm gonna go crack-a-lack my fingers.
Yeah, but I really like some of the background characters, and I
Oh,
especially like. I pulled up the wiki list here, so I'm not like that guy, that one. I like
my
Dade.
favorites. I like Date also.
You know
I
he's voiced by C.H.
Yeah.
Greenblatt.
Oh wait, I thought he was voiced by who's the
Nope.
other guy? No. Who's the guy who's voiced by the guy who made Flapjack?
Oh, jeez. I don't know.
Cause wait, I always get him confused because I thought that
No, it's C.H. Greenblatt, that
wow.
fucking rabbit.
Yeah, then I guess this whole time I always thought it was Thurup Van Orman doing the voice
Yeah, that guy.
of the who of what's from Gravity Falls, the little guy, the bad guy.
Oh, Gideon.
Yeah, I always it's the same guy. I
Lil
always
Gideon.
yeah, little Gideon. I always thought that was Thurup Van Orman, and then
Nope.
by extension thought that Dade was Thurup Van Orman.
Nope.
Yeah, nope.
It's
But
C.H. Greenblatt being a
yeah,
slightly neurotic, kind of creepy friend.
yeah, who's also a strict moralist. Along with
Yeah.
his family would protest a nightclub. That nightclub that's so tame that they have a children's night, by the way.
Yep. I especially like it because it was like it was the moral incredulity of staying up past 10.
Yeah. And drinking sugary drinks.
Yeah, it's like, Harvey, those are bad for you. Don't you know they have excess amounts of sugar that can lead to dietary problems?
Oh my god. I like his big fat face.
Yeah,
My faves are Piri Piri, the
yeah,
little yellow bird, because
yeah,
she's goofy and artsy and weird.
yeah.
And she talks all breathy, like, oh my god, oh, like it's weird.
I love her voice. It's
Yeah.
like she's eternally excited about everything.
I looked up the actress's IMDb, and
Yeah?
I think this is her first TV role. I think she did plays mostly.
Well, I can't wait for more because she
Yeah,
is wonderful.
and
Madeline Curry?
yeah, if
Yeah.
that's what her. I don't know. I wouldn't recognize it,
Well,
but
I got the wiki up, so.
there you go.
Yeah.
And
I
then I
wonder what
also
piri piri means.
yeah, I looked it up, and I think there's a hot sauce called Piri Piri,
Ah.
but it's I don't know. Maybe it's from something.
Oh, oh, I see it here. It's the African crop of the same name.
Ah, there
Ah,
you go.
they're
And then
peppers.
I also like I like Claire, the little is she a fox? I forgot what she
Oh
is.
yeah, she's the little fox, and she
Little
has the
like
little crush on Foo.
yeah, because
That
he's a loose cannon.
Yeah, that one line when the squirrels take Foo in that one episode, and Fee's trying to get everyone to save him. He's like, "They took Foo," and then Claire's immediately like, "Is he okay? What did they do to him? Did he say he loves me?"
Yeah, I like that she's like her parents make her write a report every time she fails at something so she can learn.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, I get to write my first success report. Yay. Like
I love.
everything they could do is like, my mom says I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah. I definitely love Claire, and every time any of the kids talk about their parents, because it's been like established like the parents in this world aren't really like the most up and up people. They have their
Yeah,
own flaws. They're all kind of weird, especially Claire's parents or
Clarence.
Princess Roberts and her dad.
Yeah, and now and since you brought her up, Christina, for those who don't know, my girlfriend and frequent collaborator.
Ooh.
Ooh. Anyway, anyway, she pointed out, she said, "Hey, have you noticed that every modern cartoon, or at least a lot of them, have a character who's like a chubby girl who talks like this and gets angry?"
Yeah, I've been noticing that.
So we have Lumpy Space Princess, Princess, and Gretchen. Is that her name from Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
The very large girl.
Yeah. I just want to put her in a headlock and smash her.
I want to eat a man.
You want to
That's
eat
not-
a man.
I want to eat a man.
Holy crap, you do that voice really well.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, I really love Princess, especially because her dad's like that stereotypical, like, new age guru.
Well, specifically, I believe she's an indigo child.
Indigo child.
You've heard of those, right? Yeah.
I've heard of them, but can you please explain for the podcast what an indigo child is?
No, I'm not that clear on the details here, but I'm pretty sure an indigo child is like, so there's this philosophy that if a child acts out a lot and is like, it like doesn't want to follow instructions and like, stuff like that, it's not that they're an unruly child who needs discipline. It's that, oh, you kind of need to do whatever they want for them and
Yeah.
just like, feed that, because they're actually a special, like kind of more evolved, more brilliant type of child, and you need to, feed that. You need to let them be more, like pieces of crap. And again, I might be misrepresenting it. I don't want to get sued by the Indigo Foundation, if that's not.
Well,
what
no,
it is.
I googled it immediately to see if it kept up with what you're saying, and yeah, pretty much. It opens with according to the pseudo-scientific New Age concept. So
Oh boy.
yeah,
That's why Dr. Roberts is very into crystals.
yeah, he thinks his daughter is a indigo child and is gonna, show off her supernatural traits with crystals. I also like in that one episode. She also acts out because her dad won't let her have any toys. It's only crystals.
Yeah, so she's playing pretend with like just gemstones.
Yeah, and
then-
smashing them together.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're
and
a
then-
dumb crystal. No, I'm the best crystal.
And then Claire gives her a dolly, and she
Yeah.
says, "My mom lets me play with dolls sometimes." And then
I like sometimes, yeah.
yeah, sometimes in the right mood. And then
If I
Princess
read a
is
good
like,
report.
Princess is like, "I'm feeling feelings."
What are these? It's like, you probably feel bad about what you did. Make it stop! It's like they're trying to teach her how to be a good person and like how to like not be a jerk. So they like the premise of the episode was they had like a whole bunch of like Camp Town type games and events to get a trophy, like sack races, log rolling.
the best kid competition.
Yeah, the best kid competition, and they
Run
did all
by
these.
Dr. Roberts.
Yeah, her dad, and like she won every competition because she's Dr. Roberts' kid.
Even though Claire was really winning them.
Yeah, she tried hard, won them fair and square, but Dr. Roberts was like, "I am the best daughter. She's an indigo child. Here's another crystal."
The best daughter. No, how did he? That's Tezande. Wait,
It's pretty close though.
it's more like, fuck it.
Hello, my daughter.
Hello,
Would you
my-
like to listen to Chocolate Rain?
What? Chocolate tree. Oh, we're gonna get a copyright strike in this video.
Oh no, Tezande, please don't.
I move away from the mic to breathe.
I report the video.
What is that guy up to? Just sitting around reporting videos?
I don't know. I remember one time my friend, when we were really young, decided just to send him a comment that was like, "You're a faggot and I hate you."
Oh my god.
And Tay Zonde immediately sent him a friend request being like, "Do you want to be friends?"
Oh my god. Want to join the Nintendo Fun Club? What? Hey, I didn't
He's
know they had you
working
on
for the
payroll.
Nintendo Foot Club. They were like, "Oh, Tay Zonde, you've just touched our hearts and ways. Only a Nintendo employee should. You're hired." He's like, "Thank you. I would like to get started on Pikmin 4.
I have an idea for a game. It's called Tay's World. It's about me, Tay Sunday.
It's all original music by me.
When when an enemy attacks you, you have to move away from the mic. Breathe in.
You have to move away from the enemy to not die.
Beep, boop, beep, bossy, boop, boop, beep, beep.
The last boss is like YouTube commentators.
The last boss is the dramatic chipmunk.
Oh no, my number one competing meme.
You just have to survive for 6 seconds though. The length of the video. Okay, this is getting out of hand. So Harvey Beaks is a show about a small blue bird man.
Yeah, we were originally on the point of Princess trying to be a better person, and in the attempt to like redo the sack race to prove that she's not gonna cheat and she's gonna let the best person win. She immediately attempts to cheat just because it's her nature and she doesn't know any better. And then she looks down at the doll because she's like, I want to win! And then she looks down at the doll and she remembers, oh wait, no, she did something really moving and special for me because like I didn't have any toys, and she decided, you know what, you can have mine. So she's like, and then just like sits down in the middle of the field and lets Claire win. And then her dad still tries to say that Princess won as she's still on the other side of the finish line.
No, Claire went fair and square this time, bro.
He's like, are you sure, honey? Like, still trying to make it so his daughter wins. It's like, are you out of crystals, honey? You seem a little odd. No, Dad, just let her win!
Do you need to recharge your crystals, honey? Want to sit back to back and jangle?
I love everything about her dad and everything Princess says, because she's just such a shitbag.
Just an angry little shit.
Yeah, just never sharing anything, angry about everything.
She has the trophy for most trophies.
I loved that.
Yeah. And Claire finally got one.
Yeah, and gotta write a report about it.
I want more background character episodes.
I can't wait for the Peri Peri one.
Yeah, what would he... Well, I mean, she had kind of some spotlight with the one with Sally Slitherstein, the author voiced by RuPaul.
Yeah, I remember, because my friend Snide, may rest in peace. I keep saying...
God rest his soul.
I think that's going to be the podcast image for tonight. A picture of him, and it's just going to say rest in peace, and it's going to be Fee crying over his grave.
Oh my god.
He loves Fee. But yeah, he told me about that, and I was like, really? RuPaul? And then I was like, I wonder who RuPaul's gonna play, because RuPaul is kind of this more serious figurehead in the world. Like, what is their role gonna be? And they really took it open, because a lot of actors, especially when working in something like a cartoon, will refuse to be the butt of a joke, or let their character be a butt of a joke. Because
I don't think that RuPaul's character was, though.
Well, she was definitely like
She wasn't a good person.
She was a J.K. Rowling parody.
Yeah.
Just always the mother of your imaginations. Or like signing children's foreheads because there's no books. How am I supposed to sign a book when there's no books to sign? And then she just starts signing children, and they're all like, yeah. Like, she's definitely playing up the idea of like, oh, I've made a bunch of money and become famous off a children's book. I must be the greatest artist of all time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that character, and I really love the inflection RuPaul puts in it all. They're a surprisingly good voice actor.
Yeah. I mean, he's a performer.
He's a performer. That's true.
See, people. I think people. Oh, well, here's the thing. I think people both over and underestimate a regular actor's ability to voice act.
Well, I always think back to that time Kiefer Sutherland did
God.
You know what I'm talking about.
The Call of Duty.
No, that anime. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was.
I don't.
Armitage.
I don't know this one.
Well, it's kind of a cyberpunk future kind of thing, and Kiefer Sutherland played the main character, but he had zero inflection,
Oh,
zero passion for the role. Just like, hello, I'm Kiefer
hello.
Sutherland, and I
It's
can't
me.
believe I'm in a cartoon.
You know how many episodes we're doing of this?
It was a
20,
movie. It
24.
was a movie.
Get it? It was 20.
Oh fuck! God damn!
Show you.
Ah!
So, oh.
My Ovaltine, it's coming back up on me.
No. Always re-drink your Ovaltine.
Re-drink.
No, so I'm saying though,
Don't
like
lose that nutrient.
I forgot who it was. That some actor said, "Yo, like I did voice acting for like a cartoon," and I was like, "Jesus, people don't talk about how difficult that is. If you're like on screen and being recorded not as a voice, you at least like can rely on body movement to get
Yeah.
across your tone." He says, "Voice acting, it's all voice. You have to make sure your voice is just great
Mm-hmm.
and just really knock that. I don't know, but then." I don't know. I think that if someone's a good actor, though, they can be a good voice actor, even if it takes, doing things a little differently.
Yeah. I'm, hold on, someone on Skype is trying to talk to me.
Tell them no.
Yeah. I told them I'd get back to them. We'll have to edit that out. Or not. We can just leave that awkward silence in there.
That's fine.
But yeah, I really liked that RuPaul episode, especially because it's kind of the first episode that made Harvey Beak something other than perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in the first episode, I think he was quite imperfect because he was scared, and then
I mean,
and then
to a
the next one
point.
he was dumb.
I mean, to a point where it's not like, I have flaws, but none of them are, personal flaws. They're more like, oh, I'm awkward, and that makes things hard for me.
Oh, you mean like not like I have flaws that harm others or make
Yeah,
others upset?
like like an intentionally bad decision that was made because he like it wasn't him trying to help somebody. It wasn't him trying to do the right thing, and then
He
that
was
messed up.
he was
It
just being a petty little prick.
Yeah, he was being petty, and that's something you don't see a lot in especially cartoons.
Yeah.
It's a big problem when you can't just, you know, make your character look like a real character because you're too, uh, just wrapped in the idea that you can't let your character seem like a jerk.
Well, it's like, I think we've all met those parents, right?
Yeah.
Who thinks their kids can do no wrong and are just the perfect little babies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same thing. You have your character, and you're like, no, my character is a sweetheart. They don't hurt others. Everyone loves them and talks about them often.
Yeah, and it kind of seemed like Harvey Beak was kind of coming that character, but then he did something incredibly petty and like tried to hide it, and it kind of made me care for him more because it's like, well, you're an actual person. Because
Yeah.
Fee and Foo definitely had that. Fee is super petty and super angry a lot of the time.
Yeah, she didn't want to give back a squirrel tail to the squirrels who, in all fairness, it rightfully belonged to.
Yeah, or the hair episode when like everyone starts liking her because she has nice hair and then she gets obsessed with it and doesn't want to lose her nice hair and just immediately becomes that person who it's like, oh, I can't go outside, it's too windy, oh, it'll ruin my hair, or
She
I can't.
becomes that person who steals everyone else's hair.
Yeah, and then
Literally.
yeah, just shaving it off their head and put it on hers. One
God.
of my favorite background characters is the mom spider.
Oh yeah, yeah, she appears in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
She's got a full-time job and like 500 kids, so she's just super busy and stressed out all the time.
Yeah. Just like, honey, I don't have time for this. I have 500 kids.
Yeah, see, she don't take no guff from no bub.
I also like that her kids are sometimes in the background. She has to stop them from doing things.
Yeah,
Hey,
but they're
hey,
like spider-sized
hey.
spiders.
Yeah, they're tiny baby spiders, and it's just like, hey, put down that curling iron. I will tell you twice.
Yeah, I like her. I like I don't know, every background character, especially okay. I really loved the Comet Knight Comet Night
Oh
episode
yeah, yeah, yeah,
combo. That was
yeah.
my favorite. As I mean, well, first of all, I was like, why don't any of the girls want to go see the comet? That sounds like a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was so like, oh, we're just the gals hanging out at home, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, there's a once every 25 years crazy celestial body floating through town. You're not gonna look at that?
Nope.
No, just
Nope.
gonna knit?
Yep.
Come on. I feel like that almost seemed out of character for Fee. I feel like she'd want to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. I think maybe it was internal struggles because I know a lot of cartoons will not include characters because they can't pay the voice actor or they can't get him into the office for the right time or whatever. I mean, famously in Wok Fu, one of their
Dofus is better.
Dofus is better, but
Dofus is probably pronounced Dofu.
Dofus and
Dofu.
yeah, and anyways, in Wok Fu, that magical talking sword is actually kind of a famous voice actor, and he was demanding more money because of the popularity of Wok Fu, and then they said no, and the first episode of the season of the next season, I should say, when that character comes back or when they put him in a scenario. He doesn't use his sword at all, or like is talking
Ah,
about like I could take you without my sword to pretty much everyone because they just couldn't hire the voice actor to do the sword line.
God. Well, that's like Steven Universe. They make Sugalite again, and they weren't gonna pay Nicki Minaj a
Yep.
second time. And they got even Sardonyx, who was voiced by a lesser known person. They were like, "Hey, we'll have Sardonyx again, but
Yeah. I love their anime laugh though. But yeah, before we get too off topic again, this isn't a
yeah,
Steven
this is
Universe.
Steven Cast. We're
Yeah.
putting it in Steven Cast.
Man, we should do a Steven cast.
We should. I'm sure there's been so many, so we got to do something special in our Steven Cast.
Well, it's us. We're pretty special. But
That's
yeah,
true.
anyways, back to the point. I wanted to talk about some of the parents in the show, especially Harvey's hot mom and his
I
sexy
personally
dad.
disagree, but that's fine.
Well, you have inferior tastes in 2D women, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, you're just not into cartoon moms, so you know, just
I thought Sardonyx was pretty hot.
yeah, they were.
Forearms.
But once again, this
Once
is
again, Steven Cast. For
yeah.
when we do our Steven Cast, we'll have special guest Ian Jones Cordy on.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. I
Can't
got
wait.
him booked. Don't worry.
He got him booked.
I booked him.
I can't wait to see him on the show.
Book him, Dano.
Book him, Dano. But yeah, I really like Harvey's mom, especially because she's a realistic mother. She's someone who works. She's someone who like has like a life outside of raising a child,
Yep.
outside of hanging out with her husband, doing chores. She's a full-time librarian. She puts on stuff for the library. She's a very hard worker, especially in that episode where Fee like insults one of the
Oh
coworkers
my
at
God.
because she's racist to ghosts.
She used a slur, and you just used a slur. They are called tree spirits. They are not ghosts, as you say.
Yeah, but Fee thinks he's a ghost. They're tree
Yeah.
spirits, and basically the joke is they're a tree stump that is a ghost.
Yep.
And like float around. And I love that he's just kind of this nebbish kind of like, well, I just wanted to get my work done. I don't see why you have to be so antagonistic. So he
I
quits
thought this
because
was a tolerant environment.
yeah. So he quits because he's tired of the racism. And it really takes a toll on Harvey's mom, and like she's working triple hours to like get books in place and not be fucked around at the library. And Fee kind of notices and sees, well, shit, I really fucked up and made someone I care about like, unhappy. So she bites the bullet and goes back. Is like, I want to apologize. I want to do the right thing. And I think my favorite moment is like this tree spirit is like distraught. He's like, I just want to go back and work at the library, but I can't stand the racism.
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, that's. I mean, we're laughing, but that's like, yeah, that's a
That's a real
what's the
thing.
word? That's a real thing. Yeah, that's like a not good environment to be in. One where you just want to work and everyone is racist at you.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's is grounded in reality when we have racial constructs in our society
I
and
mean, the
just
only
bullshit.
difference, though, I mean, he turns her into a tree spirit in that episode to be like, "Let's see how you like it," which
Yeah.
I don't think people of discriminated groups
Yeah.
can turn. You know, just a hunch. I don't think they can turn people into the their them. I
No,
don't
it's
know if that
it's true.
works.
I saw it. I saw it
Oh, is it
happen.
did?
Yeah, I was at a civil rights rally, and there was this guy wearing his Confederate flag stuff, and Samuel L. Jackson just came over and like put both hands on his temples and started screaming into his soul, and the dude woke up like hours later and he was black.
Wow, you know, that's. Did he learn a lesson?
No, he was horrified. He I don't want to get into it.
Oh,
He's not around anymore.
oh my God.
That got dark.
That guy, this took a turn. Let me just say,
Yeah,
folks. Um, but but trying to move back
trying to
to
move
Harvey
back.
Beaks. Um, well, I do like the relationship between Harvey's mam
Yeah.
and Fee, because Fee
Yeah.
and to a lesser extent Foo are kind of like Harvey's mom's other kids.
Yeah.
Like when Fee does that, Harvey's mom doesn't even yell at her. She's like disappointed. She just like, really?
Yeah, I like that. Just kind of like she respects Fu, and she's not gonna like.
Fee, you mean?
I always get their names wrong.
I know. Yeah, I wish they named them differently, honestly.
I don't know. I should just learn. It's not that hard.
No.
But yeah, she definitely treats her like her other kid, especially in the episode where she's like,
Right.
oh, where she sees her hair all messed up. She's like, oh, I'll I'll get you a haircut. I definitely thought that was a really cute thing.
Oh, honey, this will not do. I know a lady. I'll take you
Yeah,
there.
she
You
cares
know.
enough that like she'd help her in a situation where like she would be distraught.
Wait, and the Comet Night episode, which I wanted to get back to. I was a little surprised just seeing the two of them hanging out. Like it kind of because until then you don't really we never really got any of that. Like it was
Yeah.
kind of just like, oh, this is my friend's mom. But no, they were just hanging out together, which is kind of weird for a friend and friend's mom to do.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I guess they're close. They were just knitting together, and it
Yeah.
was very cute. And they had a little bonding moment. And she's like, oh, we always go on. The Fee's like, oh, we always go on these adventures, but sometimes I just like hanging out with you, Harvey's mom, and
Yeah,
like
it's
knitting and shit, and
adorable.
staying home and being and having a nice time. And like I really like I always like that like she doesn't really have a family of her own except her brother,
Yeah.
and it's like this is kind of like a surrogate family for her, and I think that's kind of sweet that they accept her and Fu,
Mhm.
even though Fu kind of does his own thing.
Yeah, Fu is definitely the wilder child of the bunch.
Yeah, I mean he eats bugs.
I love that he eats bugs. I used to eat bugs as a kid.
Ugh.
When I was a kid, like I would look at maybe I shouldn't because it may you already sound like you're gonna rant.
No, do it.
I
I'm
used to
not
eat
gonna rant. I'm gonna horf.
well, that's my word for horf.
Oh, okay. No, get into it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Well, I used to look at those squishy maggots and grubs and things like that, and I used to look at them and it's like, oh man, those look like gummy bears. They look
Oh.
well, they look like they're the consistency of gummy bears, and honestly, they kind of just tasted meaty.
I'm
Yes, this is why I didn't want to do it.
gonna hork, man.
This is why I didn't want it.
I'm horking.
But yeah, so I definitely have a weird camaraderie with Fu. That's the right one, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
freaking bug eaters.
Yeah, I was kind of that kid who just ran around trying to like getting tufts and scraps and eating bugs and like running around the forest.
Yeah, well,
because we grew up around a forest.
I would sit at home and play Nintendo 64.
Well, as soon as I got my Nintendo 64, that's kind of what I started doing.
There you go.
Until then, it was just kind of me running around like, yay!
I would play with bugs, but never would I dare eat one.
I only ate grubs and, like, maggots. I looked at those creepy crawly ones and, like, I just looked at them and was like, I don't like the way they look. It looks like they're gonna crawl down my throat if I try to eat them. I'm sorry.
I know. Well, I invited this topic.
Yeah, I tried to stop you.
Yeah, and I did not try to stop you.
The thing I really like about Harvey Beak is some of the art style choices.
It's Harvey Beaks with an S.
Oh yeah, sorry, Harvey Beaks. I tried to remember that, but I keep saying Harvey Beak. But yeah, Harvey Beaks. One of my favorite things about this show is its art design.
Oh yeah.
It's something along the lines of Adventure Time, but it's not quite Adventure Time because it's got that mysticism in the world, but it doesn't bring it forefront like pushing it in your face like Adventure Time does, where it's like, did you see that? That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you want to know more about that crazy thing?
This is more relaxed, and it's more like, oh, the world's this friggin' beautiful forest world, and then they're like, yeah, of course there's a weird forest thing in there, and then the episode is just like, well, there's a giant finger growing out of the ground. What the hell is that?
I think, yeah, that's specifically that episode made me appreciate it because
Ira Fingerman. They had to make him Jewish. They had to make him a Jewish finger.
I love everything about it because, they present it as something that's kind of weird, but it's not like, it doesn't immediately have someone being like, then what's the mystery of this world?
Yeah.
I feel like some of those character involvements and things don't need to be a 15-minute episode where they explore the world. It's like, oh my god, it's so messed up here. Ah, radiation.
Yeah, oh god. Well, I do like how there's
as if that wasn't clear from the giant crater on the planet. Like,
really?
Sorry,
No, like,
I don't like Adventure Time very much.
really? Like, did you ever like it?
I like it a bit. I like some of the stuff, but like some of it just like makes me roll my eyes. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I always liked it. I haven't really watched it in a while. But I mean, you gotta, whether you'd like it or not, you gotta give it credit for. I think it really spawned a lot of the great shit we have today.
Absolutely. I mean, it has some amazing talents behind it. It's just some of it's really ham-fisted.
Yeah, well, there was a episode of Adventure Time that was super, moving the plot along. It had a lot of big developments in it, and
Yeah.
of course they made it an 11-minute episode, and it was just rushed and like it didn't hit any emotional note, and it was just like, a lot of huge stuff. We have what was it, Betty? We have the Ice King's girlfriend from the past, or wife, or whatever, like shows up into the land of Ooh, and it's like, hey, this is a really huge deal, and they just kind of shot through it.
Yeah, I kind of am not enjoying this trend in cartoons where it's like, let's fit like this gigantic plot element within 15 minutes and then leave it alone for like seasons and seasons. It's like going back to Steven Universe, Story for Steven, where
Oh boy.
I didn't need an episode where Greg's old manager bangs a chick in the back of his van. Also, rude. That's his van.
It says Mr. Universe on the van.
Yeah, I didn't need that because like it didn't go anywhere. It was like 15 minutes of like him like fawning over Rose Quartz and showing that he did have compassion for her, which big surprise, dude. Like big surprise.
They have a child together. Big surprise.
Yeah.
But no, and also it was just flawless, beautiful, perfect Rose Quartz, which is why I liked the second episode with her.
Yeah, I really liked the second episode.
The second one was banging. The first one was
not so banging.
Stangin'.
Yeah, it was stankin'.
Stankin'.
It's
Yeah.
just like you could have gone way deeper into that whole like I left you on the side of the road and you kind of like left this woman with a kid.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I want to hear that it would have been possible to give birth to a Stephen without giving him her gem and thus not dying.
Yeah, you want that to be the case?
Yeah, and that she
You
was
know what
just kind of an idiot.
my fan theory is?
I want to get to mine after yours, but what's yours?
Mine is that Lion is Rose.
Well, I mean, they've pointed out that Lion has to do with Rose. I feel like that might be too easy.
I feel like it is too easy, but I feel like at the same time they're the kind of people who would be like, you know what, we've made everything like else so obvious. They're gonna be like, nah, what are the chances? And we could just do it.
Well, here's two fan theories.
Okay.
One of them is just a thing
Okay.
that won't happen, and one of them is a thing that I bet is true. So the thing that won't happen,
Mhm.
Stephen grows up,
Yeah.
lives a full life. He lives a human lifespan.
Right.
At the end of it, he dies, and his body poofs and reforms as rose quartz. And she's like, "Guys, I'm back!" And everyone is just kind of like
Why?
traumatized, and
Yeah.
they're like, no,
Yeah.
don't do that. That's weird.
We want
That was
Steven back.
We want Steven back. We miss Steven. You just kind of, uh.
Yeah.
And then, second thing,
Yeah.
is the reason why rose quartz, can't make a Steven
Right.
is with that while also existing, right?
Right.
I think that this way. We know that a child is made from a sperm and egg, a speg, if you will.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Are you
Sex
kidding
makes
me?
babies, man.
My mom told me it was the stork.
Yeah, but the stork, the stork needs to have sex to make you.
Oh, so the stork fucked my mom.
Yep. Anyway,
Oh shit. Don't, Dad, I hope you're not Oh my god. Sorry, Dad.
that's my Stephen theory is, if you made a baby with a gem lady,
Yeah.
half of that baby's mass would be gem.
Mm-hmm.
So if the gem mama poofed, not pooped, if she
Poof.
poofed,
No, she
then
pooped.
if she pooped, then half of her half gem baby would recede into her own gem, leaving the other half of that
Oh.
gem baby's body to just squish.
Oh, I see. I remember one interview they were well, we're just gonna have to make this
The
the
Steven cast.
Yeah, okay, I'm putting in the title. It's gonna be Harvey Beak and Steven Cast.
Yeah, let me get my ukulele and I'll be Rebecca Sugar.
Sweet.
I
Hold on, I got a slide whistle.
also got a slide whistle.
I can do that. I was trying to do this theme song.
I'm doing it too now.
Where's my kazoo? There it is.
Oh, well, let me get my kazoo.
Best podcast.
That's my kazoo. Yeah, let me get my recorder.
Welcome to the Steven Cast, everybody. I'm here. I'm your host, Stephen McGee's.
Yeah.
And,
I'm Ian Jones Cordy.
It's Cordy.
It's me. I did Knock Force. Here's my friend Jim Caviezel.
Woo!
He did Knock Force with me.
Nice.
I like Knock Force. Knock Force is very good.
I've never seen it. What is it?
It's so Ian Jones Cordy and his friend Jim, whose last name escapes me,
Boner.
did a
His
what?
last name's Boner.
Jim Boner,
Mhm.
Jim Varney. They did a it's called Knock Force Goes to Camp. Burn. Anyway, they did a web series where they live in magical Brooklyn
Yeah.
and they go on adventures and just talk about. A lot of them is just like they're just kind of saying shit and then they'll just animate it.
Nice.
So one of them just has like they're in the car, and then Ian Jones Cordy's just like, man, I really hope this funeral we're going to is good.
Hope it's a good funeral.
Oh, this is a good funeral.
What an idea.
Yeah, let me put these instruments back. These instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have a.
Bongos.
Yeah, I also have a bamboo flute, but I can't get it to play even one note. It's really hard.
Oh man, I understand that. I'm trying to learn the mouth harp
The marp? Is
and the marp.
that a real thing?
Yeah, it's more commonly known as a Jew's harp.
Huh. See,
Yeah.
I thought that mouth harp was a euphemism for vagoo. I thought it was
No, no,
like
no. It's you know that twangy sound you sometimes hear in bluegrass, where it's like bow, 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 twang, bow, bow, bow.
that's a mouth harp.
Yeah,
You play it with your mouth?
yeah. So basically,
You tongue it?
it's basically like a tiny like palm-sized shoe horse kind of dealie, but it
Yeah.
has like a middle piece where you bite down on it and you flick the middle piece while doing a certain type of breathing, and I just can't get the breathing thing down right.
Mm.
It's a toughie.
Yeah. Well, when you tell me when you do that, and I'll tell you when I can play one freaking note on my stupid bamboo flute.
We'll
Bought it at
be
a
the
music
greatest tag
festival.
team.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Our obscure mouth instruments band.
Yeah, that's the name of the band.
Obscure mouth instruments band.
Yeah. And
Or OMIB, OMIB for short.
yeah,
Cool.
just reminds me of Orange is the New Black's like stupid acronym. I don't understand why anyone uses that. It doesn't sound good.
What? Oitbe?
Wait, but
Oitbe.
yeah, it's a stupid acronym, and I wish people would stop using it. Just say Orange is the New Black.
Well, then I've never heard anybody say it out loud. I mean, it makes sense if you're typing it and you're just like, I don't want to type the whole thing.
I guess so, but like I see it and it just for some reason it makes me angry. It's such a bad acronym.
Oitnaba!
I have a weird thing for like good acronyms and like good wordplay.
Yeah, no, I'm like that too. I
Like
really hate that www is 3 times more syllables than World Wide Web.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
very upset.
I learned that in elementary school and it blew my mind. Like when I found that out, it's like it is more syllables. Oh my god.
This is a terrible acronym.
Or LOL.
Well,
Yeah, saying LOL is just as long as saying laugh out loud.
but who actually laughs out loud? Like, I don't even know where that came from.
I don't know. Internet culture, man.
And I've heard people say, it's laugh online. And it's like, that's, no. You're not my friend. You can't be my friend if you think it's laugh online.
Yeah, I don't ever consider anything who would even consider that?
Some dunce.
Yeah.
Someone who sucks.
Hey, Mr. Comedy Goldstein's ex-friend. Hey, I hate you. I hate you.
I friend broke up with him because he said it was laugh online.
Well, you can send him this podcast, and then he'll know what's up.
Yeah.
Just
And
send him like at this that last moment where I just said I hate him.
I'll send him the time code.
Perfect.
I hope he gets so mad he peels off his butt cheek like an orange slice.
That seems a little over the top for that scenario. It's like that's what I'll say forever. I'll never stop saying it's laugh online.
Did he just peel off his second butt cheek?
Well, yeah.
You only
You
get
can't-
two of those.
You know what they say, one butt cheek at a time.
That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just like anyone else. I peel my butt cheeks off one at a time.
Just like everybody else.
Yeah. What can I say?
What can I say?
I take off my hands and feet before I get into bed every night, just like everyone else.
Yeah. It's we got way off topic.
So Harvey Beaks is a show about a guy with no butt cheeks.
Yep. That's
Mm.
definitely what the show's about. I mean, he has no ass.
He has no ass.
I was watching that show, I was like, that bird ain't got no booty. But his mom's got a booty. I noticed that too.
Oh, she do.
A little bit. She's got that mom butt.
Mom butt. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how much I'm into that mom butt.
I know how much you're into those moms. Do you prefer? See, I thought you preferred chubbier cartoon moms.
I mean, that's definitely a bonus, but
Uh huh.
like, cartoon moms are a pea hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something about the way that like that most people characterize the mom jeans and mom hips.
Yeah.
It's just like them some hips.
Hartman hips, man. There's a TV trope for that.
Oh really? The
Yeah.
Butch Hartman, you mean?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Because Butch Hartman always draws very hippie ladies.
He does. He does draw them with crazy hips.
Mm-hmm.
I
Butch.
mean, I especially like Butch Hartman's fondness for baseball and like Marvel references.
Yep.
They're
And
such two different things.
do
Like,
you think we can get Butch Hartman on this show?
hopefully, I'd like to talk about some of his stuff that didn't branch out and what he would have done with them.
What do you mean, like,
Remember that sci-fi one he was gonna do?
Crash Nebula.
Crash Nebula, yeah.
But Crash Nebula, by definition, branched out because it was a spin-off.
It was, but it only had that one episode.
And no one gave any of a crap.
Nope, I did. I did. I really
Really? Oh,
wanted.
you wanted to see more Crash Nebula?
I want to see a lot more Crash Nebula.
I just remember seeing it and being like, all right. And then the next time it aired, I was like, oh god, that one's on again.
Oh man, I don't know. I just feel like if that branched out more and like it was like actual Space Academy training, that could be pretty cool.
Maybe. I
Like
just
them
like,
going on missions to different worlds, meeting aliens, testing out equipment, learning how to fly rocket ships.
I guess. I mean, yeah, it could be cool, but I don't know. Maybe just something about it didn't do it for me. And I guess it didn't do it for Nickelodeon either because wasn't that episode a pilot? And then they were like,
Ooh,
we're
ouch.
not just gonna waste this. We might as well package it as a Fairly Odd Parents episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I secretly wanted a whole thing about Crimson Chin. I wanted a Crimson Chin show.
Crimson Chin was cool. I remember they did a thing where they had little shorts for a while, like they would air between shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I re-
Crimson Chin was funnier,
he
so I was more
was.
into it.
I so he made Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom. Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine designed to build a world unseen. He's gonna catch 'em all 'cause he's Danny Phantom.
When he first found out that his parents died, they were ghosts. They had snow white hair and glowing green thighs.
Mm.
He was much more. Let me just say, here's a complaint. Much more unique than the other guys. That is not possible.
Yeah,
Unique is a binary definition. You either are unique, one of a kind,
yeah.
or you are not unique. You cannot be more or less unique. You either are or are not unique.
I guess.
Let me just say,
Danny's
Mr.
mom was pretty
Songwriter,
hot too.
Danny's mom was peahod.
Yeah, I would like to see her glowing green thighs. You know what I mean?
You wanna pour slime on her thighs?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
You telling me you don't want to pour your slime on her thighs?
Oh, my slime remains inside, sir.
Sir, I will keep my slime in check.
People, keep your slime where I can see it.
But yeah, we're getting off topic again.
Whatever, man. Who even cares? We're all gonna die anyway.
Well, I just want to say one more thing about Harvey Beak then if we're going to go way off topic.
Okay, and then we could finish this up.
Yeah. I really love the theme song. I really love the opening. I think it's a really good idea to, instead of spending all your money on an opening, use that really cute sketchy art style that they had for those still frames and like have that
Yeah.
cool song. I mean, it's fun to look at because it's just a well positioned shot. They're cute scenarios where they're all hanging, having fun. And especially at the end when he hugs them all.
Oh, he hugs his peels. Let me just say a little thing. I think the storyboarders were taken right from Tumblr.
You think?
That's what I've heard, but I'm not sure if that's true.
I hear a lot of new staff just take storyboard or like low end staff for animation right off Tumblr.
Good. Then that's where I'll hang out forever.
Hey, Penward, if you wanna hit me up, introduce me to some of your people. I can make it. I can make a good show. I got this idea. Called the Muskie Boys.
What do they do?
Do you actually want to hear about the Muskie
I want to
Boys?
hear about the Muskie Boys. I'm already hooked.
All right, okay. So it was basically my adventures in really shitty like middle of nowhere Alberta,
Yeah,
where it was like a 3-foot town.
yeah.
So it's basically the idea where it's like 19 somethings to 30 somethings have like white trash Hardy Boy adventures.
Oh my god, the Muskie Boys.
Yeah, and like the joke is they all smell like like really gross stuff, like sweat, bacon, cigarette butts, stuff like
Yeah.
that, beer. Just like they're musky boys.
You know, while we're talking about whatever the hell we want, did you see Three Bear? Did you see We Bear Bears?
Well, no, I haven't yet.
Oh my god, watch it. It's so cute.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're just bears and they want to assimilate into society,
I
but they're
just
really bad at it.
I'm not good with fluff.
It's not. I wouldn't really call it fluff.
It looks pretty fluffy to me.
Eyes are fluffy.
It just seems like something not so heavy on the, character interaction, more the, you see these characters, look at them be cute. Are you watching them be cute?
Oh, it's more of a straight comedy series.
All right. Well, I'll give it a try at least. I'm not going to
And
I'm not going to say it's a bad show and it's not
Yeah.
good and all these things without watching it. So,
Let me say though, you could learn a thing or two. Not you specifically. I mean, anybody could. You could learn a thing or two, kid. No, about just
Ooh.
story, because the guy who made it came from Pixar, and
Oh.
his all the scripts of all those episodes are so freaking like tight. Like everything that's introduced earlier becomes important, and if the plot advances, it's because of something that was already introduced coming back. Like it's just like everything is important basically in an
Nice.
episode of that show, which is very good.
I kind of like those shows where like it's dumb shit that becomes important, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
Yeah.
where it's like reoccurring moments and events are based around like that caveman who talks like a caveman but has like a modern day inflection.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like, oh, me always want go there. I love the modern day caveman.
I like Monday, I like, wait, was it, what is it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it just says the days of the week.
Yeah, I like the brownies. Those brownie wasps who come back, and they're like, or the slime mold that's like a really nice guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and then they have to eat him.
Yeah, I like that because all of their like arch nemesis come back and he comes back too, but like he misinterprets like the whole meaning of like the group they formed to destroy the Aqua Teens, and like his idea is they're just gonna go out and like pick trash off the freeway.
Yeah.
And it was like, who named this event? And it's like click click. It's just a series of clicks and buzzes on like a highway sign. And it's like, oh well, I let the brownies do that one, and then they just come in.
Okay.
I always get that. That always gets me.
I like that too. Any more Harvey Bips before we Harvey turn it off? Yeah.
I think we should just give our final review of it, what we think of it, and sign off. So
Okay.
I'll start off. I really like the show. I think it's something fresh, something that I think Camp Lazlo should have been.
Yeah, actually, I think that's the best possible. I think that's the best we can ever get
Yeah.
in terms of reviewing this show. It's what Camp Lazlo should have been, and they should write that on like the title card or on the promotional material.
It's fun romp through summer, having fun with your friends. It's great art design with characters that are actually fun to watch instead of that shitty Indian stereotype of that elephant in fucking Camp Lazlo. Like, oh, hello, my friends. I am an elephant, and it's like, please don't stop. I
Yeah.
it's a new dawn. It's a new age.
It's a new life
You
for
can't
me,
pay-
and I'm feeling good.
You can't pay a white man to pretend to be Indian on TV.
Yeah, please stop doing that.
Yeah, please.
And oh God,
Network
in
TV producers stop paying white people to be other ethnicities on TV.
BoJack Horseman did it. They paid Alison Brie to be Vietnamese.
That's gross.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's pretty
But
gross.
as much as I like BoJack Horseman,
Yeah, maybe we should talk about that next time.
oh, we can next time is a
Yeah.
BoJack. So, did you watch the new season?
I'm just getting started on it, actually.
Okay, maybe when you finish it, we will discuss it.
Absolutely. So.
Don't rush though. Savor it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I marathoned the last season just because I couldn't help myself. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, one more episode.
That's what it was about
yeah.
this one. So it's like, oh, but I have to see what the Horseman does next.
Yeah. So, give your final thoughts on the Harvey Beaks.
I freaking really like Harvey Beaks. It's the cutest show and the sweetest show. And
Absolutely.
I'm feeling fine, and I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.95.
Well, if we're giving it a numerical scale, I'm gonna have to give it a solid 7 out of 10.
That's not that great.
I refuse to be one of those people who puts every single thing I review a 9 or an 8. Like,
Well,
I want to
only
be
really
realistic and say, like, a 70%, that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
But that's a C minus.
Who cares? It's a good show and it's above average. Like,
I consider a C above average. I consider a C average. A C
Well-
minus is below average.
well, we're not giving it a C. We're giving it a 7 out of 10, and that's not even a real scale outside of,
wait.
like, game reviews.
So we're gonna have to define the curve.
Okay, my curve goes from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
My
So if
curve
it's below
goes from-
5, it's a bad show.
My curve goes through my butt to my thigh.
That's your taint.
That's my. No, that's not a taint.
Wait, yeah.
I guess I forgot that bodies have 3 dimensions, so I guess that
Yeah.
could be a taint.
Yeah, your taint touches your thighs.
And my butt. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, this is. I didn't.
more you
I think
know.
we can get a tax break for making this an educational podcast. You know that, right?
Yeah, Canadian government, hit me up if you want to do this. We already insulted Viacom, so we're not going to get their help.
And American government, you up?
Yeah, America government, Obama, you down?
Obama, you down?
Yeah.
TikTok?
Hashtag Obama, you down?
Hashtag Obama, give us money. Hashtag Taint Talk.
Welcome to the Taint Talk.
Oh, guys, welcome
Taint
to the
Talk
Taint Talk
podcast.
podcast. That's the name of this episode, can it be?
I'll
Taint Talk
I'll
with
make it
Harvey
the.
Beak.
That's the episode title for sure now.
Thank you.
Woo! Taint Talk with Harvey Beak. How we I still gotta make it so that my friend Snide has his picture on there,
Talk,
like rest in
okay.
peace. Taint Talk, rest in peace, Snide
Make the
Mollusk.
description say you were taken from us too soon. Good night, sweet prince, and
Yeah.
may a chariot of angels carry thee to thine rest.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
try to remember that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you come back next time. Leave some comments if you want us to review something for you.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
And kiss the person you love.
Hashtag
Goodbye.
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok.